Macmillan Audio presents If We're Being Honest, written by Kat Shook, read for you by Kathleen McInerney. The Williams Family Tree. Gerald, Gerry, and Ellen have 3 children, Gerald Jr., JJ, Wilma, and Carol Ann. Wilma has 2 daughters, Alice and Delia. JJ and his wife Jennifer have 2 sons, Grant and Gerald III, Red. Prologue. They didn't mean to, but the cousins stood in order of age, Alice, then Grant, Delia, and Red. They stared at the house they had known all their lives, buzzing like an anthill, people mingling indoors and out, despite the thick June Georgia heat. They watched the new arrivals, all dressed in black, carry casserole dishes and pots and plates topped with aluminum foil. They could only guess how much food had already been dropped off inside. It was past time to go in. The cousins were grown-ups, at least by age. Most of the time it felt like their group text was the only thing that connected them. But they were fastened together by more than that. Shared blood and their memories, an invisible twine snaking itself through and between them, tying them all together. Chapter 1. Gerry Williams's funeral was a shit show. Before it even began, deciding who would eulogize Gerry, the beloved 82-year-old patriarch of one of Eulalia, Georgia's oldest families, proved difficult. Ellen, Gerry's wife of 60 years that past November, hoped their middle child and older daughter, Wilma, would do it. But Wilma wasn't one for attention, and felt that taking the task could be interpreted as her claiming to be closest with her father, which she wasn't necessarily, or smarter than her siblings, which she definitely was. Her older brother, also named Gerald, but nicknamed Gerry Jr., and called, however inaccurately, JJ by everyone who knew him, and even those who didn't, but were fans of Keep It Up, his afternoon sports radio show on 97.7 The Jam, felt like he should do it, but had private concerns he would get visibly emotional in front of the crowd, and that certainly wouldn't do. According to JJ, he was now the man of the family, which made every Williams except for Ellen roll their eyes. Gerry and Ellen's third-born, Carol Ann, was completely out of the question, for more reasons than can be listed, but chief among them, she was usually under the influence of drugs and/or alcohol. Gerry's lifelong marriage could not be detangled from his identity, and Carol Ann had already been married 4 times, though her parents only knew of 3, and she couldn't go more than 5 minutes without mentioning her acting career, which didn't really exist. Which left the grandchildren. Delia, Wilma's younger daughter at 27, had a disqualifying romantic situation, or, more specifically, a complete lack thereof. Her boyfriend of 4 years had just dumped her, and she had barely talked about anything else since, and no one, herself included, wanted Gerry's eulogy to devolve into a speculation of whether her ex, Connor, had cheated. There were signs, but no proof. Wilma had raised Delia and her older sister Alice in Atlanta, and both had moved to New York City after graduating college, though, unlike Alice, this left Delia with a disdain for Eulalia she was unable to hide, and all wanted to avoid the eulogy becoming a rant about how sexist the Welcome to Eulalia billboard was, a smiling blonde woman standing in a kitchen wearing an apron, holding a pie. Or about how the Chick-fil-A playground was listed as a tourist attraction.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?